3 days after the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, Mary ventured out of the cave. Now because there was no room for them at the inn, she entered into a stable and laid the child in a manger, where an ox and a donkey worshipped him. It was then that the words of the prophet Isaiah, "The ox knows his owner, and the donkey his master's feeding trough," had their fulfillment. So without ceasing did the animals, the ox and the donkey, worship him who was in their midst. Then the words that were spoken by the prophet Habakkuk, "You are revealed between the two creatures," were fulfilled. For 3 days Joseph stayed in the same place with Mary, and on the 6th they traveled on to Bethlehem and kept the Sabbath there. And when the time came for him to be circumcised, that is, the 8th day, upon which the law dictates that a child must be circumcised, they performed it in the cave. They named him Jesus, which was what the angel had called him prior to his conception in the womb. And after the child had undergone parhithmos, or circumcision, the elderly Jewish woman took the foreskin and umbilical cord and preserved them in an alabaster jar filled with aged spikenard. Her son happened to be a pharmacist, so she cautioned him, "Be careful not to sell this alabaster jar of nard oil, even if someone should offer you 300 denarii for it." This same alabaster jar was later procured by Mary the sinner, who poured it over the head and feet of our Lord Jesus Christ, and wiped it off with the hair of her head.